Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. My fellow Virginians, tonight we sent a message. message to every corner of the Commonwealth, a message to our neighbors and our fellow Americans across the country. We sent a message to the whole world that in 2025, Virginia chose pragmatism over partisanship. We chose our Commonwealth over chaos. You all chose leadership that will focus relentlessly on what matters most: lowering costs, keeping our communities safe, and strengthening our economy for every Virginian. Leadership that will focus on problem solving, not stoking division. We chose leadership that will always put Virginia first. And Virginia, I cannot wait to get to work for you. Tonight we turned a page. We turned that page by listening to our neighbors, focusing on practical results, laying out a clear agenda, and leading with decency and determination. To everyone who helped us achieve this win, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. I thank you for the trust that you have placed in me, and it is the honor of my lifetime to be elected the 75th governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. I would like to thank my opponent for a hard-fought race, the Lieutenant Governor's story, her military service, and her years of service here in Virginia deserve our respect and our gratitude, and I ask that you join me in wishing her and her family well. I also know that those who were supporting my opponent are disappointed today, and to those Virginians who did not vote for me, I want you to know that my goal and my intent is to serve all Virginians. And that means that I will listen to you, I will work for you and with you. That is the approach that I've taken throughout my entire career. I have worked with anyone and everyone, regardless of political party, to deliver results for the people that I serve. And that's because I believe in this idea that there is so much more that unites us as Virginians and as Americans than divides us. And I know in my heart that we can unite for Virginia's future, and we can set an example for the rest of the nation. Our founders understood this from the very beginning. They didn't choose to call Virginia a Commonwealth by accident. They chose it to signify that our government would be based on the power of the people united for a common good. Not for a political party, not for a president, not for a monarch, but for a common good, together. And tonight, Virginia proved that that tradition is alive and well. We are still a commonwealth in every sense of the word. We are built on the things we share, not the things that pull us apart. And I am proud that our campaign earned votes from Democrats, Republicans, independents, and everyone in between. That's the Virginia I know, that's the Virginia I love, and that's the Virginia I will have the honor of serving as your next governor. I want to thank so many people for the support that they have given to our campaign. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your support. To our tireless volunteers, to those who believed in me, thank you. Thank you for devoting your time, your energy, and your conviction to this campaign. Thank you for braving the weather, the heat, and then the cold, and then the rain, and then the sun. It's Virginia after all. Thank you. Thank you for talking to your neighbors about the importance of this race. Thank you for recognizing that when we went person to person engaging, that we could bring people not just into supporting our campaign, but into engaging in our democracy. Thank you. We won this race because of you. To our campaign team, you're the best in the country. Every single member of our team, every single one of you, you work tirelessly for the change, the progress, the policies, the connection, and the respect that you want to see in our communities. Thank you for working so hard. Thank you for giving people hope. Thank you for knocking on doors in the sweltering heat. Thank you for showing kindness. Thank you for showing up in every corner of Virginia. Thank you for diving deep on policy. Thank you for capturing moments and the essence of our campaign. Thank you for reaching voters everywhere. And thank you for believing that Virginia could and would send a hopeful and joyful message tonight. Thank you for giving everything to this campaign and then some. And thank you to my family. To my husband, Adam. My partner in everything. I love you with my whole heart. I am grateful for you. And it is very strange to declare my love for you in front of millions of people. But every adventure we have ever been on has been worth it because you have been by my side. I love you. I'm grateful for you. And I cannot wait to see what the next couple of years bring. To my daughters, Claire, Charlotte, and Catherine, you inspire me and motivate me every single day. Everything I do to build a better future for you and for all of Virginia's children, and I am so proud of you every single day. I am lucky to be your mother. And Catherine, you did not clean your room today as you promised me. She's working on it. If I was working on it, we wouldn't have won this election, okay? To my sisters, my dearest and earliest friends, I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. To my friends who have traveled from around the world to be here with me today, thank you. Thank you for making me who I am, and thank you for always believing in me. And to my parents, I love you. Thank you for leading by example every day. And I know that today is a day that you all could have never imagined. But you taught me the importance of service to others and relentless hard work. And Mama, when I think about your life, from the time spent in foster care to putting yourself through nursing school and the challenges along the way, you made clear to us that to whom much is given, much is expected. And you have given me so much, born of your own struggles and your own challenges, and I know much is expected. And Dad, thank you for your example of service and tireless devotion to family and country. Nothing has made me prouder than to follow in your footsteps, so many steps along the way. I love you. I've talked a lot throughout this campaign about the importance of service and how it's shaped my life and my approach to public office, and that all came from my parents. But this commitment to service, it is not unique to my family. It's ingrained in so many of Virginia's families. It is part of Virginia's story. Here in Virginia, this is where American democracy was born and where we are still working to perfect it today, where James Madison built the framework for our Constitution to protect us from tyranny, where Washington and Jefferson fought to establish a government of, by, and for the people. It is also the place where Barbara Johns, a 16-year-old student from Farmville, led a walkout of students that became part of the Brown versus the Board of Education case to integrate public schools. Barbara Johns never gave up, and she showed us that no matter your age, you can be part of the change and the progress that you want to see here in Virginia and across the nation. We are a nation founded on ideas, but we are a country where it is up to us, the citizens, who must put those ideas into action. It is us, the citizens, who work to make the change and progress and build upon the foundations laid out over so many years. And Virginia, now it is our time to lead. Tonight, it's hard not to reflect on the nearly 2-year journey that we've taken together on this campaign. And just a few minutes ago, Adam said to our daughters, "Your mom's going to be the governor of Virginia." And I can guarantee those words have never been spoken in Virginia ever before. It's a big deal that the girls and the young women I have met along the campaign trail now know with certainty that they can achieve anything. It's a big deal to the women older than I am, who forged the path in dreams, hard work, and in a belief that change and progress would be possible so that so many of us could follow in their footsteps in any career, in any role, in any challenge. The history Virginia is making tonight, it is yours. And I thank those who have come before me, and Mary Sue Terry in particular. She was the first woman elected statewide in Virginia. And because of her and the continued work of so many, there will be many more women to come for generations to come. So now that the campaign is over, the real work begins, because this was never about just winning an election. It was about what comes next. It's about the governing. Virginia voters made our choice tonight, and that choice was loud and clear. We are going to work to lower costs of renting, buying, or staying in your home. We are going to cut red tape and build homes families can actually afford. We're going to lower health care costs. We're going to crack down on predatory pharmaceutical practices and surprise billing. And we're going to produce more energy, and we are going to lower costs, and we're going to do it by producing more energy here in Virginia, and we're going to make sure that large utility users make sure that they pay their fair share. We're going to grow Virginia's economy by investing in apprenticeships and job training of the future. We're going to leverage AI and cutting-edge manufacturing to bring more capital investment into our Commonwealth. We are going to take politics out of our schools. We're going to make sure that teachers are well paid and well respected. We are going to make sure that our teachers are well paid and well respected. So that our students can focus on actually learning, and so that parents know that their children will succeed. And we are going to make our communities safer by providing the training, pay, and support that our law enforcement community needs and deserves. These aren't slogans on a bumper sticker. They are actionable policies that I am ready to implement starting on day one. And starting now, that work begins. So as we begin this transition to a new administration, I want to be absolutely clear about a couple things. First, Virginia is the only state in the South that hasn't restricted women's reproductive rights since the Dobbs decision, and under my watch, it will stay that way. In Virginia, healthcare decisions about contraception, fertility treatments, and reproductive care will continue to be made between women and their doctors, not politicians. That's a promise I've made and a promise I intend to keep. Second, I will always stand up for Virginia workers, always. And right now, our federal workforce is under attack. And the chaos coming out of Washington is killing Virginia jobs and creating economic uncertainty for tens of thousands of families. Government employees, government contractors, small business owners who are impacted by the chaos coming out of Washington. Virginia's economy doesn't work when Washington treats our Virginia workers as expendable. To those who have been impacted by the mass layoffs, by furloughs, by the hardships that you are experiencing, please know that I will direct the full power of the governor's office to support you. And to those across the Potomac who are attacking our jobs and our economy, I will not stand by silently while you attack Virginia's workers. I will fight every single day for every single Virginia jobs, the ones we have now and the ones we will bring to our Commonwealth into the future. I will stand up to anyone who tries to harm our economy or the livelihoods of our Virginians. As governor, my job will be to put Virginia first, full stop. And tonight, as the governor-elect, I call on Congress, Republicans and Democrats, and our president to make real progress on bringing this shutdown to an end. The Virginians, the Americans who work tirelessly for their fellow citizens deserve nothing less. I know we're living in a time filled with chaos. We live in a time marked by uncertainty. And along the way, we do our best to try and explain it to our kids. I know the list of challenges that we are facing is long, but I also know that the only way we're going to solve these problems is by tackling them together. Democrats, Republicans, independents, all of us, because that embodies the message that we sent tonight. That is what being a Commonwealth is all about, standing united for our future. That is what Virginia is about. So let's show the world what we're made of. Let's get to work. Thank you all so very much. And I'm so excited we got this party started a little earlier than expected.
That light and love can still win the day. Oh, I'm proud to be from Jersey tonight. And I want to say finally that we can't stop the momentum. We've got to elect a great governor tonight. I know it in a few moments. We're going to elect a great lieutenant governor tonight in Dale Caldwell. We're going to have a great family helping to lead our state. But we must remember the work is not done. The challenges are still ahead of us. As hard as we work for this night, we have got to still keep marching on. America still lies at a crossroads. Someone is trying to pull us into the quicksand of division and hate. It's time that we rise to a higher ground. It's time that we rise towards better days. It's time that we lift our brothers and sisters up. Because we know that if you want to rise, find yourself a great helicopter pilot to do it. So Jersey, tonight I feel a party coming. Tonight, I feel the celebration is soon to start. Tonight, we stand up as the state that we are, the great Garden State, the state of our patron saints of Bruce Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Queen Latifah, Whitney Houston. We stand in a state that has shaped culture. Our inventions have shaped humanity. And now our politics are going to shape better tomorrows. Let's go, Jersey! Let's go, Jersey! All right, thank you very much.
You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say.
Mikey was on the ballot. Mikey was on the ballot. Dale was on the ballot. But New Jersey was on the ballot. And today, New Jersey said no to MAGA and yes to democracy. This was a victory not just for New Jersey, but this is a pathway to democracy that starts in New Jersey and is going to move through America. Let me tell you, this has been not just a campaign. This is a victory for all of you. And that victory was a crusade that said no to MAGA, no to oppression, no to what's wrong in this country, no to an oligarchy, no to an autocratic government, but yes to democracy and yes to people. Because today in New Jersey, we the people spoke. And we the people, when I look out at this audience, is all of you and the countless thousands that are not here today. But we are saying today that now we can see the sunshine, and the sunshine bright on the future of the Democratic Party here in New Jersey and across this nation. And this is coming from a boy from East Orange, New Jersey, that probably wouldn't be in front of this microphone, but for the opportunities that are offered in this community, that are offered in this country, and that Mikey will build in the state of New Jersey, because Mikey understands and Dale understands, you know, the essence of democracy and the fact that people are the heart and soul of what this government should be about and what this government is for, because it's a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. You know, look, I've been fired up for a long time now. And we've had a message that cut through the heart of New Jersey. And the people of New Jersey spoke tonight, and their voices are heard from Cape May to Mahwah and east and west of this great state. But what's more important, that we're saying something to the people of this country, that we're saying no to MAGA. And I want to be clear about that. We're saying no to Donald Trump. We're saying no to MAGA. And we're saying yes to opportunities for people that look like the diversity that I'm looking at this audience that is representing this audience. So I want to say to each and every one of you, I am so immensely proud of what you all have done today here in this state of New Jersey, the Garden State. Because what you've done today, you planted the seeds in the Garden State, and we're going to watch those seeds sow. We're going to watch those seeds grow. The sunshine is going to make it healthy. The water is going to pull it up. And God will say to the people of New Jersey, well done, New Jersey. Look, my steps have been ordered, and they've been ordered and sent to a young lady by the name of Mikey Sherrill. And we, Reverend, we walk in faith, and we never walk in fear, because fear and faith will never share the same space. And that's what this campaign and that's what this crusade was about. It was about faith. It was about understanding that if we're ready to walk through hell, we will walk through hell for a godly cause. And today, that cause was manifested in each and every one of you. And that mission that we set out this young helicopter pilot, that a lot of people made fun about the helicopter, but guess what? It landed here today. It landed here today. It landed here today. So look, I don't know how much more time I got. Yesterday I danced in the rain. It was a rain dance for prosperity. It was a rain dance for justice. It was a rain dance for humanity. It was a rain dance for equality. It was a rain dance for inclusion. It was a rain dance, to build the diversity that is our strength, and our unity will set us free. And that unity is being echoed across this nation that we call America. America the great. America the home of the brave and the free. And all I see out there is individuals that were those brave individuals that stood up against the tyranny of Donald Trump. And today we said no to Donald Trump and yes to democracy. Now, I'm not using the teleprompter. This is all from the heart. Because I believe in all of you. And if you believe in us and you believe in our party, let not be tonight be the only night that we celebrate. Let tonight be the foundation of what we're about to build tomorrow. And we're going to stay on that course. We're going to build this party. We're going to be inclusive. We're going to listen to the voices that people have out there. We're going to listen to opinions. We are not going to dictate to you what we think you know. We're going to ask you what you need from us. That is how this Democratic Party is going to work. That is what got Mikey elected tonight. That's what will set us free on a course to taking back what belongs to the people of this great nation. That is our House of Representatives and the United States government. But we're going to start right here in New Jersey. So this young man from East Orange, New Jersey, that probably shouldn't be on this stage based on what I look like, based on what my zip code is, based on where I'm from. Guess what? We are here. And that speaks volumes across this great state. So I am about to just say something simple to all of you. I love you all. I love you all. What was done here tonight was something that was ordained by God. And if you have faith and you believe in a God, no matter what God you worship, what God you pray to, just understand there is a higher being here, and we must embrace that and use that as we move forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am the proudest man on the face of the earth because my family sits here, my biological family, my East Orange family, my Essex County family, but what's much important is my New Jersey family. This is Leroy Jones. I'm dropping the mic, signing off here. God bless you all.
Not a word was spoken. The church bells are broken, and the three men I admire most, they caught the last train home.
Jersey! My name is Ashley Marie Caldwell, and for those of you who haven't met me yet, I am a 21-year-old public policy student at Rutgers, a New Brunswick Board of Education member, and I have the honor of calling Dr. Dale G. Caldwell my father. I am so delighted that New Jersey has had the chance to get to know the amazing person I call Dad. I've watched my dad crisscross our gorgeous state to speak with every New Jerseyan, regardless of party, to share his and Mikey's vision for a better future. I've watched him meet with residents every day, from morning to night, from North to South Jersey, and remind them that they are not forgotten, and that there are leaders out there who see and hear them. I've seen the excitement he's brought to every campaign stop, small or big, the way he lights up at every single small business visit, and how every conversation with volunteers and students leaves him smiling long after the event is over. Across it all, his eagerness to serve, his excitement at the idea of helping people has never faded. It's a passion I've only seen grow each and every day. I am so very proud of him, and I know how well he will serve all of you. Standing here, I can't help but be reminded of the path my family took to get here. My dad's parents, my grandparents, sacrificed everything they had to give us the opportunity to live in a place like New Jersey, and for my dad to live the American dream. In turn, he's dedicated his life to being a voice for the voiceless. I know they are watching over him, beaming with pride tonight. And it is because of that drive to be a voice for the small and to help everyone that I know he's going to make a fantastic lieutenant governor. As I get ready to graduate college, I'm inspired by the values my dad and Mikey Sherrill are fighting for, and I am confident they will make a brilliant team in Trenton. So together, they also give me hope for my generation. At a time when the world feels too chaotic, too expensive, and sometimes scary to navigate, their leadership will help light the way. And with that, I am beyond excited to introduce my father and your next Lieutenant Governor, Dr. Dale G. Caldwell.
For Mike and I, give yourselves a round of applause. I also have to thank my daughter Ashley for being the best daughter a dad could ever ask for. She's my greatest inspiration, and everything I do is for her. I hope this victory serves as a reminder to all the young people out there that with patience, courage, you can achieve amazing things. I was thrilled to see so many young people get involved in this election, whether it's knocking doors, making phone calls, or exercising their right to vote. We all know our young people are the future, and it's critical they have a voice in shaping how the future unfolds. And to the people of New Jersey, thank you for putting your trust in us. Thank you for having the courage to reject division and the faith to believe in a better future. Thank you for never losing hope and for having the grit to make that hope very real. And thank you to Mikey for giving me the honor to stand beside you and serve this incredible state. Together, we are starting the transformation of America and restoring the promise of we the people. Throughout this campaign, I've said my mission is guided by Proverbs 31:8-9, to be a voice for the voiceless and to speak up for the destitute. That is what guiding this fight. We're fighting to make sure that everybody, no matter what you look like, no matter what your orientation is, no matter what color you are, no matter where you're from, no matter how much money you make, no matter who you are, we're here for you. Because we know with Mikey, your family wins. With Mikey, your community wins. With Mikey, unions win. With Mikey, small businesses win. With Mikey, teachers win. With Mikey, we all win. So now I'd like for us to take a moment of silence as we come upon America's 250th anniversary. Let's pause to recognize the importance of this night. So tonight, our state has decided to elect the first Democratic woman to the governor's office. One of the most powerful in the country, and to send the first black pastor to Trenton as her lieutenant. New Jersey, you have made history once again. Now, I know what powerful movements look like. My father marched arm in arm with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and was on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma at the March on Washington. Service is a way of life that I learned from him, and one of the biggest reasons I said yes to running alongside Mikey. So trust me when I say, tonight we've started a movement. Tens of thousands of New Jerseyans told Trump that we will never stand for his attacks on our communities, and his division and hate has no place in New Jersey. While they try to tear women down, we are sending the first Democratic woman to the governor's office. While they try to silence communities of color, we're sending the first black man to the lieutenant governor's office. While they attack the most vulnerable among us, we are sending a woman who spent her life protecting people and a pastor who spent his life uplifting communities to Trenton. And make no mistake, together we are taking the first steps in breaking their unconstitutional assault on our state and our country. They've had their day. Tomorrow begins a new day, our day. Because New Jersey is strong, New Jersey is independent, and New Jersey will never bow to anyone. And I know Mikey will never bow, just like the strong women leaders who came before her and who embodied service and courage. 37 years ago, I worked as an intern for Karen Elkis in the Camden office of Senator Frank Lautenberg. 22 years ago, I served as a deputy commissioner of the Department of Community Affairs under Susan Bass-Levin. I love working with strong women. And tonight, I could not be more proud to serve with Governor Mikey Sherrill to transform New Jersey for every one of you. As I stand here today, I'm struck by the fact that like Mikey, I don't come from a political family. I'm not a career politician. My parents never held office. My grandparents never held office. In fact, for much of our history, people like us were told not to get involved. We were also told that there was no seat at the table for us. Tonight, I stand here in defiance of that vision of America, in defiance of those who would limit our democracy and silence voices like ours, in defiance of the hate and violence that some are trying to bring back, and in honor of the generations who fought, bled, and died for the right to vote, who fought for we the people. I am living proof that even the wildest dreams can come true, because never in a million years would my grandparents have predicted this for their son. That is the beauty of the American dream. And that is the New Jersey that Mikey and I are fighting for. A New Jersey where our stories are not the exception. A New Jersey where my daughter's dreams and your children's dreams have no limits, and where they have the opportunity to turn those dreams into reality. Tonight, we celebrate that possibility. Tonight, we honor the courage it took to make it real. Tonight, we took one more step towards the promise immortalized in We the People. So thank you, New Jersey, for your trust, your strength, and your belief in what we can do together. I promise we will not let you down. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Lawn sign video. Perhaps you spied me in the background at one of her many speeches. And I will be honest that I had this whole speech prepared, but a friend told me to keep it short, and frankly, she won so quickly, I didn't really have time to memorize most of it. I will also tell you that it was going to be a list of her many, many good qualities, but clearly the people of New Jersey are aware of that already. But allow me just to expand on one significant quality I think Mikey has that most of you recognize but is worth going over. So we've been married just over 20 years, and every day I feel lucky. And not just lucky, but every day I recognize that she brings out the best in me. And when I think about leadership, isn't that what it's really all about? That leaders are those we look up to, that inspire us, that give us the confidence to rise a little higher and be the best versions of ourselves. When we went to the Naval Academy and in the Navy, we learned a lot about leadership. And it was never about being a CEO, governor, or business. It was always about people, and at the foundation of leadership was caring about people. Somewhere along the way, I feel that caring was not considered a strength, but Mikey never forgot that caring is a strength, and she cares deeply. She listens to people, she includes them, and she leads with both her head and her heart. And no one gets left behind. So I think this outstanding victory tonight is a great affirmation of a positive direction we're headed in this country. And I don't think that we can rest easy, but I will say I will rest easier tonight knowing Mikey is at the helm. All right, New Jersey, so let's get excited, let's get inspired, and let's get loud. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next governor of the great state of New Jersey, Mikey Sherrill.
But man, with this vote, you guys just scream from the rooftops. And people around the country have heard you. I hear you too. This was a tough fight, and this is a tough state. But I know you, New Jersey, and I love you. I've fought for you. I've spoken with thousands of you over this last year. I know your struggles. I know your hopes. I know your dreams. So serving you is worth any tough fight I have to take on, and I am incredibly honored to be your next governor. When I was 18, I raised my hand and I swore to defend the Constitution. And that moment defines me. It taught me that leadership means carrying the weight of other people's hopes, standing firm when it's easier to bend, and always putting the common good above personal gain. And I know how hard it can be to serve in these times. And I just got a call from Jack Chitterelli, and I want to recognize him for stepping up. And all of you know, I love our history, and our state motto has always stuck with me. In 1777, New Jersey was one of the first states to choose a motto. Anybody? Liberty and prosperity. I'm going to get some more civics education going. We'll get that known by all. But it was a demand for freedom from oppression and a commitment to creating better opportunity and a better future. That idea has defined us for almost 250 years. We fought for liberty at the crossroads of the American Revolution, turning the tide for our young nation at the battles of Trenton and Princeton. We offered prosperity as we built the nation during the Industrial Revolution. We've been the cradle of scientific discovery, inventing everything from the light bulb to the laser. Liberty and prosperity. I've seen the genius in that motto over the last year because both are essential in our democracy. And as the president is backing away from this ideal, cutting SNAP, ripping away health care, terminating Gateway, we here in New Jersey are bound to fight for a different future for our children. We see how clearly important liberty is. We know that no one in our great state is safe when our neighbors are targeted, ignoring the law and the Constitution. But prosperity is equally essential. Liberty alone is not enough if the government makes it impossible for you to feed your family, to get a good education, or to get a good job. So in this country, that shouldn't be too much to ask. But right now, all of it seems at risk. Governors have never mattered more. And in this state, I am determined to build prosperity for all of our citizens. And I've heard from thousands of you about what liberty and prosperity mean to you, what it's going to take for your family to thrive. So I hear you, Newark. I'm going to work with communities from the ground up so all of our neighbors thrive. I hear you, Sham, so I'm going to declare a state of emergency on day one to drive down your utility costs. I hear you, Westfield, so I'm going to make sure our kids are safe online and schools have the resources they need to address the mental health crisis. I hear you, Jersey City, so I'm going to hold government accountable, balancing individual liberty with collective responsibility, ensuring people are safe, healthy, educated, and free to pursue their dreams. I hear you, New Jersey. Good government doesn't just manage problems,
it solves them. So I'm going to continue to listen and work with you to move our state forward, because I have learned so much as I've traveled our state. Our innovations, our businesses, our inventors and entrepreneurs have amazed me, but it's the people that have left the biggest mark, especially those who are fighting for prosperity for their entire communities. I was moved during my block walk in Trenton with Shanique as she spoke so passionately about the promise of her city and her neighbors despite the challenges. I love the group of young men from Monroe who've been hard at work on this campaign. They want a seat at the table and they're ready to fight for their future. The little girls who come up to me to say that they're going to be a governor or they're going to be a president. It reminds me of my own belief that anything was possible. Akeem's team, who worked their butts off knocked over 60,000 doors. Akeem told me these are not the kids who will succeed in Trump's vision of this country, but they will in mine. The men and women in labor. Union jobs at a time when our economy is set up to make it harder and harder for working people. You know what? They don't just fight for their brothers and sisters in labor. They fight for all of us. For working families everywhere, so everyone has a shot. So thank you. Thank you to each and every person here tonight and across the state who's worked hard over the last year. Thanks to the thousands of volunteers who made millions of calls, texts, and canvases, to everyone who's ready to stand and demand a better future for our kids and our families. To my running mate, Dr. Dale Caldwell. You've already served our state so well, and I'm proud to have you by my side as we embark upon this new chapter for New Jersey. To my team, who put together a campaign the likes of this state has never seen, and helped in our efforts to create a great future for New Jersey. And thanks to my family, who put up with missed soccer games, lacrosse games, football games, volleyball games, swim meets, and rugby games, all to put up with this, so thank you. And a special thanks to my husband, Jason. Through 4 kids, 2 dogs, a hamster, numerous goldfish, 5 campaigns, an insurrection, and 2 impeachments, you have been a truly amazing partner. So thank you to everyone who's joined me in fighting for a better future. I know these are tough times. I know not everyone voted for me, but I'm working for everyone. Every single one of you. When we all do better, we all do better. So tomorrow begins a new day. And at each new day in New Jersey, the sun rises over the Statue of Liberty, a daily reminder of her promise. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. She declares that her lamp lights the path to the golden door. That golden door is New Jersey. It always has been. And that expectation is well deserved, especially after this election, where we chose we're going to follow Lady Liberty's beacon. We're not going to give in to our darker impulses. Here in New Jersey, we know that this nation has not ever been, nor will it ever be, ruled by kings. We take oaths to a constitution, not a king. We've chosen liberty, the very foundation of democracy, and we've chosen prosperity necessary to create opportunity for all. So New Jersey, to quote the boss, the future is now. Roll up your sleeves, let your passion flow. The country we carry in our hearts is waiting. Thank you, New Jersey. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Andrew Cuomo will be speaking momentarily. Please move to the front of the room. Thank you.
We support an economy of jobs, of opportunity, of entrepreneurship. That's what New York is, and that's what New York must remain. We are a nation of laws, and we believe in law and order, and we need the police to keep society safe. We will not make the NYPD the enemy. We cherish our diversity, and we have no tolerance for discrimination of any kind by race, religion, sexual orientation, or creed. And we will not tolerate any behavior that fans the flames of anti-Semitism or diverse attacks. Our strength is our unity. Black, white, brown, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, we are one. We are the family of New York. We believe in interconnection and mutuality and codependence. And you attack one of us, you attack all of us. That is what it means to be a New Yorker. No one and nothing will ever divide us. And this campaign was necessary to make that point. A caution flag that we are heading down a dangerous, dangerous road. Well, we made that point, and they heard us, and we will hold them to it. Also, my friends, feel proud because we accomplished the two important New York characteristics. We got up off the mat after the primary, and we made it a real race when the media had already commenced the coronation. And feel proud because we fought our hearts out and we left it all on the field. Congratulations to Zohran Mamdani, That is not right. That is not right, and that is not us. That is not us. Tonight was their night, and as they start to transition to government, we will all help any way we can because we need our New York City government to work. We want it to work for all New Yorkers because our city is the greatest city in the world, and we will unite for New York City because we love New York City. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you. I love you for the fight you made, for the soul that you showed, and the example that you set. New York City heard us, and we will be the better for it. Thank you, and God bless you.
Yeah, I'm out at Brooklyn. Now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to the Narrow, but I'll be hood forever.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening and for making this event possible. Before I begin, let's give a big thank you to the venue staff who have made this night such a celebration. Now, Zohran is about to join us on stage, but before he does, I want to say a few quick words of reflection and thanks and introduce a very special member of our team. So first, let's hear a round of applause for our day one endorsers, those who helped build this movement into what it's become. New York City DSA. Jewish Voice for Peace Action. And please give it up for our friends at the New York Working Families Party who have been such a leader in our long fight for an affordable, livable city. Now, do we have labor in the House? Throughout this campaign, we have stood shoulder to shoulder with our brothers and sisters in organized labor at 1 a.m. in Queens, at 4 p.m. in Manhattan, at 6 a.m. in Brooklyn, at every time of day and night in every corner of the city, and we are so grateful for your partnership. And we are so proud to be backed by dozens of elected leaders, from the local to the state to the federal level. And we know that the relationships that we have built will only deepen from City Hall as we work together to transform New York into a city where every person can live a dignified life. I also want to thank our incredible campaign staff. You have sacrificed your social lives and your sleep schedules, and you have given so much to this movement, and then when Cuomo decided to get back into the race, you dug deep and gave more. I have been so honored to work with you, learn from you, and support you as you have faced unprecedented scrutiny and at times ugliness and threats from our opponents. You have built a historic campaign, so please give them all a round of applause. And please join me in celebrating the person who has been Zohran's right hand from day one, whose deep commitment to our movement and care for our people has infused every part of this campaign from top to bottom, and without whom we would not be here tonight, Elle Biscard Church. Now, we have all been inspired by Zohran as a candidate, but I also want to speak to his strength as a person. He has led our team and this movement with grace, curiosity, good humor, and thoughtfulness. And this race has been difficult. He has been the subject of attacks and threats, but he has truly risen above it all to give us hope. So please join me in giving Zohran, our friend, a round of applause. And there are too many supporters to name, so I want to speak to everyone directly. Please raise your hand if you have given to this campaign, whether that is time, labor, knocking a door, hosting an event, creating art. And if you are one of the this is beautiful. And if you are one of the tens of thousands of people who contributed but cannot be with us tonight, this is for you as well. You have made history. You set unreachable goals and then exceeded them. You believed in this city and believed in each other. And you achieved something that people will speak of for decades to come. You led with kindness and compassion. And most importantly, during a time of despair and rising fascism, you decided to fight for someone that you don't know. So thank you. Friends, the scope of this campaign was truly unprecedented. we had hundreds of thousands of conversations with our neighbors and trained leaders who will help us deliver our agenda for the next 4 years. But this record-breaking program did not come out of nowhere. It was the product of years of organizing and leadership development by New York City DSA and so many of our movement partners. And we were so fortunate to be led on this campaign by someone who has been a part of this work from the beginning. She led Julia Salazar's groundbreaking campaign in 2018. And since then has been behind the scenes in so many of our victories. If this campaign made you feel powerful, or taught you something, or showed you discipline, or brought you joy, you have this person to thank. She is caring, wise, and deeply committed to our movement. And I am sure she is backstage losing her mind at being called out like this. But I need everyone here to please join me in giving her the longest and loudest round of applause, our organizing director, Tasha.
Thank you. This is very exciting. Thank you, everyone. I'm Tasha, and I've had the honor of being the field director on this campaign. I first crossed paths with Zohran in 2017 on a city council campaign for Khader El-Yateem in Bay Ridge. Zohran was the paid canvas manager, and I was volunteering on the campaign as a member of New York City Democratic Socialists of America. I don't think that we could ever have imagined that 8 years later, we would be here on election night for a mayoral campaign 104,000 volunteers strong. 104,000 volunteers. We love numbers, we love metrics, but I want to talk first about what's behind those numbers. Every number is, in a way, an act of bravery. Door knocking is not the easiest thing. For many, including myself, it takes a moment of bravery at the beginning, asking a stranger something about their lives and sharing something about yours. Sharing what you want to see in the world, it can be daunting. Thousands of people did it. And every time, every volunteer went to a door and talked to a stranger, they offered their vision to that stranger and invited that stranger to be a part of shaping their vision. We love strangers. Every door knock and every phone call is a statement of belief that politics is for all of us. This campaign and this city is all of ours to shape. I also want to say something about field leads. All of our canvases, for those who don't know, all of our canvases have been led by volunteers we call field leads. Many of them are here. Most led a shift every week, and some led a shift every week since December. And every time they led a canvass, and they were the ones welcoming new volunteers into our movement. They were the ones who helped inspire folks coming out to canvass for the first time. Without those 700 people who chose to step into leadership in an uncertain moment and try something new and scary, this field operation at this scale would not have happened. Those 700 people prove that leadership isn't about having all of the answers. It's about the willingness to step into the unknown and inspire others to imagine something better. So here are the numbers. Over 104,000 volunteers made over 4.4 million calls. At around noon today, a volunteer knocked our 3 millionth door. Over 700 field leads have led over 5,700 canvasses in 243 neighborhoods. 6,568 voters signed up to volunteer on the spot when they were canvassed by somebody. 8,389 voters signed up to volunteer when they were asked by a phone banker. These are unprecedented numbers. The bravery that you all have shown, that this field operation carried across all 5 boroughs, is going to transform our city. What all 100,400 of us have accomplished has rewritten the possibilities of mass democratic action. And it doesn't stop tonight. We all know that we won't stop at electing Zohran. We will continue to fight to bring the affordable of New York City to life. I am so excited to do that with all of you. And now I'm so honored to introduce the person you've been waiting to hear. We've worked for many years to bring about change in New York City that it so urgently needs. He's been a friend, and he is the next mayor of the greatest city on earth, Zohran Mamdani.
Thank you, my friends. The sun may have set over our city this evening, but as Eugene Debs once said, I can see the dawn of a better day for humanity. For as long as we can remember, the working people of New York have been told by the wealthy and the well-connected that power does not belong in their hands. Fingers bruised from lifting boxes on the warehouse floor, palms calloused from delivery bike handlebars, knuckles scarred with kitchen burns. These are not hands that have been allowed to hold power. And yet, over the last 12 months, you have dared to reach for something greater. Tonight, against all odds, we have grasped it. The future is in our hands. My friends, we have toppled a political dynasty. I wish Andrew Cuomo only the best in private life. But let tonight be the final time I utter his name as we turn the page on a politics that abandons the many and answers only to the few. New York, tonight you have delivered a mandate for change, a mandate for a new kind of politics, a mandate for a city we can afford, and a mandate for a government that delivers exactly that. On January 1st, I will be sworn in as the mayor of New York City. And that is because of you. So before I say anything else, I must say this. Thank you. Thank you to the next generation of New Yorkers who refused to accept that the promise of a better future was a relic of the past. You showed that when politics speaks to you without condescension, we can usher in a new era of leadership. We will fight for you because we are you. Or as we say on Steinway, ana minkum wa ilaykum. Thank you to those so often forgotten by the politics of our city who made this movement their own. I speak of Yemeni bodega owners and Mexican abuelas, Senegalese taxi drivers and Uzbek nurses, Trinidadian line cooks and Ethiopian aunties. Yes, aunties. To every New Yorker in Kensington and Midwood and Hunts Point, know this. This city is your city, and this democracy is yours too. This campaign is about people like Wesley, an $11.99 organizer I met outside of Elmhurst Hospital on Thursday night. A New Yorker who lives elsewhere, who commutes 2 hours each way from Pennsylvania because rent is too expensive in this city. It's about people like the woman I met on the BX33 years ago, who said to me, I used to love New York, but now it's just where I live. And it's about people like Richard, the taxi driver I went on a 15-day hunger strike with outside of City Hall, who still has to drive his cab 7 days a week. My brother, we are in City Hall now. This victory is for all of them, and it's for all of you. The more than 100,000 volunteers who built this campaign into an unstoppable force. Because of you, we will make this city one that working people can love and live in again. With every door knocked, every petition signature earned, and every hard-earned conversation, you eroded the cynicism that has come to define our politics. Now, I know that I have asked for much from you over this last year. Time and again, you have answered my calls. But I have one final request. New York City, breathe this moment in. We have held our breath for longer than we know. We have held it in anticipation of defeat. Held it because the air has been knocked out of our lungs too many times to count. Held it because we cannot afford to exhale. Thanks to all of those who sacrificed so much, we are breathing in the air of a city that has been reborn. To my campaign team, who believed when no one else did, and who took an electoral project and turned it into so much more, I will never be able to express the depth of my gratitude. You can sleep now. To my parents, Mama and Baba, you have made me into the man I am today. I am so proud to be your son. And to my incredible wife, Rama, Hayati, there is no one I would rather have by my side in this moment and in every moment. To every New Yorker, whether you voted for me, for one of my opponents, or felt too disappointed by politics to vote at all, thank you for the opportunity to prove myself worthy of your trust. I will wake each morning with a singular purpose: to make this city better for you than it was the day before. There are many who thought this day would never come, who feared that we would be condemned only to a future of less, with every election consigning us simply to more of the same. And there are others who see politics today as too cruel for the flame of hope to still burn. New York, we have answered those fears. Tonight we have spoken in a clear voice. Hope is alive. Hope is a decision that tens of thousands of New Yorkers made day after day, volunteer shift after volunteer shift, despite attack ad after attack ad. More than 1 million of us stood in our churches, in gymnasiums, in community centers, as we filled in the ledger of democracy. And while we cast our ballots alone, we chose hope together. Hope over tyranny. Hope over big money and small ideas. Hope over despair. We won because New Yorkers allowed themselves to hope that the impossible could be made possible. And we won because we insisted that no longer would politics be something that is done to us. Now it is something that we do. Standing before you, I think of the words of Jawaharlal Nehru. A moment comes but rarely in history when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends and when the soul of a nation long suppressed finds utterance. Tonight we have stepped out from the old into the new. So let us speak now with clarity and conviction that cannot be misunderstood about what this new age will deliver and for whom. This will be an age where New Yorkers expect from their leaders a bold vision of what we will achieve, rather than a list of excuses for what we are too timid to attempt. Central to that vision will be the most ambitious agenda to tackle the cost of living crisis that this city has seen since the days of Fiorella LaGuardia. An agenda that will freeze the rents for more than 2 million rent-stabilized tenants. Make buses fast and free. and deliver universal child care across our city. Years from now, may our only regret be that this day took so long to come. This new age will be one of relentless improvement. We will hire thousands more teachers. We will cut waste from a bloated bureaucracy. We will work tirelessly to make lights shine again in the hallways of NYCHA developments where they have long flickered. Safety and justice will go hand in hand as we work with police officers to reduce crime and create a department of community safety that tackles the mental health crisis and homelessness crises head on. Excellence will become the expectation across government, not the exception. In this new age we make for ourselves, we will refuse to allow those who traffic in division and hate to pit us against one another. In this moment of political darkness, New York will be the light. Here, we believe in standing up for those we love. Whether you are an immigrant, a member of the trans community, one of the many black women that Donald Trump has fired from a federal job, a single mom still waiting for the cost of groceries to go down, or anyone else with their back against the wall, your struggle is ours too. And we will build a city hall that stands steadfast alongside Jewish New Yorkers and does not waver in the fight against the scourge of anti-Semitism. Where the more than 1 million Muslims know that they belong. Not just in the 5 boroughs of this city, but in the halls of power. No more will New York be a city where you can traffic in Islamophobia and win an election. This new age will be defined by a competence and a compassion that have too long been placed at odds with one another. We will prove that there is no problem too large for government to solve and no concern too small for it to care about. For years, those in City Hall have only helped those who can help them. But on January 1st, we will usher in a city government that helps everyone. Now, I know that many have heard our message only through the prism of misinformation. Tens of millions of dollars have been spent to redefine reality and to convince our neighbors that this new age is something that should frighten them. As has so often occurred, the billionaire class has sought to convince those making $30 an hour that their enemies are those earning $20 an hour. They want the people to fight amongst ourselves so that we remain distracted from the work of remaking a long broken system. We refuse to let them dictate the rules of the game anymore. They can play by the same rules as the rest of us. Together, we will usher in a generation of change. And if we embrace this brave new course, rather than fleeing from it, we can respond to oligarchy and authoritarianism with the strength it fears, not the appeasement it craves. After all, if anyone can show a nation betrayed by Donald Trump how to defeat him, it is the city that gave rise to him. And if there is any way to terrify a despot, It is by dismantling the very conditions that allowed him to accumulate power. This is not only how we stop Trump, it's how we stop the next one. So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. We will hold bad landlords to account because the Donald Trumps of our city have grown far too comfortable taking advantage of their tenants. We will put an end to the culture of corruption that has allowed billionaires like Trump to evade taxation and exploit tax breaks. We will stand alongside unions and expand labor protections because we know, just as Donald Trump does, that when working people have ironclad rights, the bosses who seek to extort them become very small indeed. New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant. So hear me, President Trump, when I say this. To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us. When we enter City Hall in 58 days, expectations will be high. We will meet them. A great New Yorker once said that while you campaign in poetry, you govern in prose. If that must be true, let the prose we write still rhyme, and let us build a shining city for all. And we must chart a new path, as bold as the one we have already traveled. After all, the conventional wisdom would tell you that I am far from the perfect candidate. I am young, despite my best efforts to grow older. I am Muslim. I am a democratic socialist. And most damning of all, I refuse to apologize for any of this. And yet, if tonight teaches us anything, it is that convention has held us back. We have bowed at the altar of caution, and we have paid a mighty price. Too many working people cannot recognize themselves in our party. And too many among us have turned to the right for answers to why they've been left behind. We will leave mediocrity in our past. No longer will we have to open a history book for proof that Democrats can dare to be great. Our greatness will be anything but abstract. It will be felt by every rent-stabilized tenant who wakes up on the 1st of every month, knowing the amount they're going to pay hasn't soared since the month before. It will be felt by each grandparent who can afford to stay in the home they have worked for, and whose grandchildren live nearby because the cost of childcare didn't send them to Long Island. It will be felt by the single mother who is safe on her commute and whose bus runs fast enough that she doesn't have to rush school drop-off to make it to work on time. And it will be felt when New Yorkers open their newspapers in the morning and read headlines of success, not scandal. Most of all, it will be felt by each New Yorker when the city they love finally loves them back. Together, New York, we're going to freeze the... Together, New York, we're going to make buses fast and... Together, New York, we're going to deliver universal... Let the words we've spoken together, the dreams we've dreamt together, become the agenda we deliver together. New York, this power, it's yours. This city belongs to you. Thank you.